All right, we're closing in on the end of this course now. Okay, we're nearly there. We've got this one. The next video after this one is going to be some general information. Then I'm going to do a very quick video on introducing you to the next course, which is Facebook pages, and then we're going to close down. So you're doing really well. Thank you for sticking with it and watching all the videos. I do hope you found them interesting and helpful to you. Alright, let's quickly run through our privacy settings. Now, this is about the default privacy. Okay, so you can manage, what Facebook is saying is you can manage the privacy of your status updates, photos and information using the Audience Selector on your status update. Do you remember that one? If I head over to my main profile page, if I go in here and create a comment, this is my Audience Selector, this little drop down button here. So I can choose for that comment to be public, or I can choose for it to go to my friends, or I can choose for it to go to a custom list. So I can decide if I want it to go to my friends, or my friends of friends, or specific people in lists. I can actually put in my list. Remember I created that test 1 list? Just takes a second to pick it up. Just give it 1 minute. Come on. There we go. Test 1. So I could say I only want it to go to my test 1 list, this particular post. Yeah. So it's only going to show in the news feeds of people who are in that particular list. Okay. It's only going to show to people who log onto my wall if they're in that particular list. So you really can keep it very, very private. I could also decide if I want to hide it from somebody. So let's say I wanted to make a post and I wanted to specifically hide it from Rhett. So Rhett never ever saw that particular post. Yeah, I could actually hide it from that person. Let's say that I wanted to hide it from that list, then I could also hide it from that list. Okay, so I could make a post and then hide it. And Facebook never reveals when you choose not to share a post with somebody. Okay, so it's all very, very secret. So you can do all of that specifically from here. When you make a post, you can actually choose right from here who you want to see that post. However, in your privacy settings, you can also create a default view. So I could say, look, my default view is that anybody's going to see my post, and then if I want to change it, I will change it to either friends or a list. If you're using your personal profile more for a friendship rather than a public figure or whatever, you can decide that your default is going to be just friends. And then if you want to make a post which is more public, when you go into that specific post, you can change that to public. Or you could actually decide that you want to create a custom list already. So you could say, okay, look, specifically most of my posts, I only want to go to this list, which might be a family list, for instance. Okay, so I only want my posts to go to my family. And then, let's say I save that setting and I say that's my default, okay? Then when I actually go into my post, if I go in here, I've set my default to family. So if I now go in here, look, you can see it comes up as a default. Now if I want to change it and make it public or somebody else, then I can go into that post and I can actually change it from within there. Yeah? Hope that makes sense to you. So let's go back to our privacy settings and let's take that back to public, because that's definitely how I would like my posts to be seen. In fact, let's go back to custom and let's cancel it. Let's just put it public. I think I just pressed public. There we go. Alright, now how you connect with people that you know. I'm just going to run through these settings really, really quickly. I don't want this video to be too long. We're already at 4 minutes. Edit settings. Okay, so who can look at your timeline? Who can look up your timeline by name or contact info? I've got everyone. You can choose friends of friends or friends. I've just got it set to everyone. Who can send me friend requests? Everyone. Who can send me Facebook messages? Everyone. Who could post on my timeline? Either friends or only me is the option. Okay, so I've got it open to friends. And who can see posts by others on your timeline? Again, you can choose. You can really customize that to whatever you want to see. Okay, so if anybody posts on my timeline, anybody can see those posts. Okay, but I can choose. Alright, so you can really kind of customize this and decide exactly who you want to be seeing all of your information. Okay, tags, this is a very cool function. I want you guys to really pay attention right now. I personally have this tag review button on. In fact, I have all of these on. So look, timeline review of posts friends tag you in before they go on your timeline. Okay, really important. You can turn that on or turn it off. Have it enabled or disabled. Okay. That means that anytime somebody tags me, I review it before it goes live on my Facebook page. Okay, so what happens is if I go back to my home, it'll come up here as a little 1 will show on view activity, and I can then go into my activity and it'll come up here and it'll say so and so and so and so has just tagged you. Do you want it to post on your wall or not? And you can click yep, I want to approve. Okay, I'm going to approve that tag. Yeah. So let's go back to privacy settings. So that's how tags work. You can also tag review of tags that friends want to add to your post. So if you've got a post out there, you can actually, and friends want to go and tag your post, then you can review that. Okay. The maximum timeline visibility of posts you're tagged in once they're on your timeline. Okay, so that you can choose who's going to see all the posts that you're tagged in once they're on your timeline. And I've just got it set to public. Suggestions when friends upload photos that look like you, I've got that enabled. It's entirely up to you, but personally what this means is that if a friend uploads a photo that looks like me, Facebook is going to suggest to the friend that it is me. Okay, and a friend can either say yay or nay. And then friends can check me into places using the mobile places app. I've got that on as well. You can decide whether you want that on or not. Here we've got our apps and websites. So if I click on edit settings for that, if I click on edit settings here for the apps, it's going to take me back to the app settings within my account settings. Yeah, so look, if I click edit settings, see we've already looked at this in our general account settings. Yeah, and I ran through how to use these. So if you're not sure, go back to the last video. I can remove unwanted or spammy apps, and I can turn off all platform apps if I want to. You can edit the settings of people that can use your information when they use apps. Okay, so I can go into edit settings here and I can say, okay, I don't want people to use my birthday, I don't want people to use my status updates, I don't want people to use my videos, my links, etc, etc. Okay, so you can really decide exactly how much privacy control you have over how your information is used with applications on Facebook. This is going to become more and more important as more and more apps are developed. Okay, so you are totally in control of your privacy on Facebook to a certain degree. Okay, do you like the way I added to a certain degree there? Instant personalization is third-party websites. You can choose to turn this on or off. This means that Facebook has started to get into partnership with other websites, which means when you go onto a website off of Facebook, that website will automatically recognize you and will, show your activity on that website. It's almost like you connect instantly with that third-party website. It's a bit more complicated and we probably need a bit more time to go through that. But I've got it enabled. Yeah. To be honest with you, there's so few sites that Facebook are doing it with right now. I think that one's got some time to grow. And then the public search is if people actually go and search for me on Facebook, and I show a preview of my timeline when people look for me. Okay, and I've got that enabled as well. Back to privacy. Then we've got limit the audience for past posts. This is really now to do with your timeline, and you can basically click yes, I want to limit the audience, and say I only want friends to be able to see all my past posts rather than public to see all my past posts. So if you've now suddenly decided that you want to become a public figure and you're happy for everybody to see all the information that you're doing now, but you really kind of want to limit the visibility of posts you've done before, then you can basically manage that and put post limited visibility of my information. Yeah, and then in here are all the people and apps that you've blocked. So if I go into manage blocking, you can block users, you can add friends to a restricted list. Okay, you can block users, so if you don't want somebody to be a friend, you don't want to interact with them or anything like that, then you can basically put their name and email address and block them there. You can block app invites, so if you've been getting invites from people, you can block them. You can block event invites, and you can actually block apps. Okay, so that's where you can control your blocking. So that's really kind of the main I think really the main part about privacy is who's seeing your status updates, who's seeing your posts, and who can tag you. Yeah, that's kind of one of my biggies. Who can tag me and how much control do I have over that? The one to watch is apps, because I think that's going to change as there's more and more apps that come on board. I think Facebook are going to need to get a real hold on the control of applications and the control of information that's shared with applications. So that's the one I would just say to you right now, just keep your eye on. Okay, so I hope that's given you a bit of an overview. In the next video, we're just going to go through some general settings in Facebook. I'm not sure, I don't think that I've really gone through this view activity bar with you in any great detail. So we'll probably start with that and I'll run through that, and then we're just going to go through some general information. So I'll see you on the next video.